Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museum in Virginia, a place where we can pause, reflect, and reconnect with the peace and power within us. My name is Rashima, and I am a senior at Westfield High School, and I'm delighted to welcome you all here today. Before we begin, may I ask how many of you are visiting the Meditation Museum for the first time today? Oh, okay. Well, welcome back. We're delighted to have you all here with us. And we hope today's experience makes you feel inspired, uplifted, and eager to join many more of our future programs. Today's program is called Feeling Drained, Take an Inner Vacation. And let's be honest, who couldn't use a vacation right now? But the best part is that this vacation does not require you to pack your passport or your things or even leave your seat, but rather it's a vacation within you and discover your inner peace. Sister Jenna will guide us in discovering how meditation and spiritual reflection can help clear mental clutter, restore our energy, and reconnect us with the peace that is already within us. We're truly honored to welcome our beloved Sister Jenna. Sister Jenna is a spiritual mentor, author, and speaker, and radio and television personality. She serves as the director of the Washington, D.C. branch of the Brahma Kumaris and is the founder of the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museum in Maryland and Chantilly. She has appeared on magazine covers and television programs, including The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She is also a recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for National Community Service and presented the Illuminating the Light Within fashion show during the Paris 2024 Olympics. Sister Jenna is also the author of The Sister Gita Effect, Living in Love with the Divine, a heartfelt tribute to her mother, Sister Gita, a woman of extraordinary resilience and faith whose life continues to inspire others. So let's get ready to quiet the noise, recharge from within, and enjoy our inner vacation. Please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Sister Jenna.
This is her first time introduction for me. She has been in my lap. I've known her from she was in my lap. Oh, Shanti, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning to all of you. You know, with the younger generation, it's so important for us to be able to offer them the kind of time and energy they require because they're caught up on so many things that are taking so much energy from them. Social media, YouTube, text, homework, assignments, it's nonstop for them, you know. So when they can contribute their time to service, to seva, to something valuable for the society, your mind is at peace because you know there's a new generation that is conscious minded and is pretty open about what's going on in the world, and they want to make the world a better place. You know what I mean? So thank you all for coming out today. I'm assuming that you came because you're thinking about how can I put energy in me when I seem to be giving so much to everyone. I feel a little tired, drained, unaware of what my potential or capacity is. I want to share with you a little bit of my story before I go into highlights of how we can better manage our thought process. Father is Indian, mother is African. I'm raised in the United States of America. I've been to 97 countries. I go to India twice a year to see family and friends and spiritual community. And my day starts at 3:30 in the morning. And I usually don't fall asleep until about 10:30 or 11 at night. And I don't get to sleep in the afternoon. I'm not being forced to have such a routine, but it has become a normal pattern. And in the same way, you have patterns. And sometimes you're not aware if the pattern can be adjusted so that you can find ways to preserve your energy. So here I am being raised in a country that teaches me how to dream whatever I want to dream, do whatever I want to do. And this country has reminded and taught me you're the only one that's going to hold yourself back. But as far as the land is concerned, the land has opulence and opportunity and it's bountiful. And so there's nothing you cannot do. But when you don't have enough experience about life and you have so many options, it can stress you out. Example, you go to the supermarket and you only wanted a bottle of ketchup, but there are 10 varieties of ketchup. And you're trying to look to which one do you think suits you best. For me, I'm allergic to garlic and onions. So I have to look at each ketchup bottle to see if there's any garlic and onions in there until I can find which ketchup works. So that can make me exhausted. I only want ketchup. But now I've got to look at 10 bottles to decide which one that I need. Another thing that has stressed us out or exhausted us, we only went for ketchup, but then we saw a shirt and a blouse and eyeglasses and oranges and fruits. Oh, and makeup. Oh, and perfume. Oh, what I could get. Oh, and look at that picture. This picture is nice. Another form of where we can get so distracted from things that we don't realize it's taking energy. I was focused. I just wanted ketchup, huh? Now all of a sudden my cart is filled with everything I didn't want. Okay, so lack of focus, but things are taking energy from you. So imagine my journey. Father is Hindu, mother is Roman Catholic. I'm raised in the United States of America since I was 4 years old. I came over. Now I'm 7. I didn't get a joke on that one. Okay, fine. I was so I've seen a diversity of life. Like I see that things are pretty vast in my peripheral view. I see an Indian father raised with Indian families in a joint community. All my aunts and uncles and cousins, I live with them. I was raised with them until I was 12. And then there's my African mother, single parent, doing her thing, struggling, trying to survive. It's very much of a contrasting point of view for a child to see. I'm not quite sure. What is this? Abundance and lack. Wow. I don't want a life of lack. I rather a life of abundance. But I love my mother, but she's struggling. And I love my father and my family, and they're doing great. But I have to find a way to love them both the same. It's a very interesting observation. So as I'm growing, it is normal for each of us to wish the best for ourselves. We have dreams as teenagers. Go to college, get this degree, or go and get a special assignment or do something for a special technical skill. We have dreams for something better in our lives. Everybody wishes the best for themselves. And one of the things that I've observed in not myself, but in others that I've witnessed, many times when people observe other people excelling, they seem to stop having congratulatory feelings towards their growth and development. For some reason, they're not able to praise them and to sing their glory. Oh, wow, you've gotten a promotion. Oh, you got a good job. Oh, you're moving into a new house. That's great. Oh, your motorcycle looks great. Where did you get that? How much did that one cost you? Or they see that your children are doing great, or your marriage is doing great, whatever it might be. But they don't feel they're doing so good. And for some reason, they don't really, from the heart, have well wishes for you. Sometimes it's a little comparison. Sometimes there's a little competition. Sometimes there's a little judgment. And sometimes jealousy. All contributors to draining your power. All of it will contribute to draining your power. And I remembered as I was growing up as a person in my whatever personality that was getting shaped, dealing with my father's side, who was financially very well, coming home to a mother who lived in like a 1 bedroom in a very simple and a less abundant environment. I remembered looking at that and saying, I don't ever want to find my life in that situation. I don't ever want to not have enough to survive. But I could see it. And I wondered, even as a child, why is it that these people were so different? And what happens to us as human beings is that it is easy for us to take the high road. Let's say in my father's side, everything is easy, everything is there. And on my mother's side, I saw a woman consistently struggling to survive. Okay. And if I were not blessed with some element of truth or love or respect in my personality, I think I would have chosen sides. And it would have been easy for me to choose my dad's side because life was easy and he was the breadwinner. And I was with all my cousins and aunties and everything. And then I could just leave my mother there. Again, like maybe like just rough loser. I don't know. Why is she my mother? I have no idea. I could have had such a thought process. And to be honest with you, it would have been a tremendous drainage on my character as a person. Because despite whatever her condition might have been at that time, she still gave birth to me. And so she deserves at least that respect that she carried me for 9 months and she gave birth to me. And then she had to learn to find herself until I found her again at 12 or so. The point that I'm making is our drainage comes from the way we think. And it's not necessarily from our environment. It's not always about my environment, but it's going to always be about the way I interpret things. The way I choose to see my situation will determine my abundance of energy and power or my lack of power and abundance. And I have seen and I have witnessed in my own eye individuals who are very educated, highly financially successful, maybe single, and they come home and they don't have enough energy to wash their dishes in their sink. I've seen it. And their dishes have stayed in the sink for a week without them being washed. That's how uninspired they had become to themselves. I'm pretty sure they had reached a form of depression, but that's also a form of drainage. Can you imagine something as simple as washing a few dishes in your sink? I don't have any desire to do it. When I wake up in the morning, I don't even have the energy to spread my bed. And so when I go back to my room, I see the same messy bed and I get used to that image over and over again. Small things. If something in my kitchen is always out of order and I don't keep my kitchen in order or clean, it's also a drainage of energy because it's saying I don't have enough energy to take care of my own environment. How many of you love to acquire laundry in your room? It just adds up. One is dirty laundry, that's on one side. But after you've washed the laundry, don't you love how that adds up too? And then you might have 1 day of laundry that's been washed, you add that. Then you had to wash laundry again 3 days later, you add that. but you don't touch the laundry that needs ironing and put together yet. You pass it every day and you see it. It's disorganized, it's messy, it makes the house feel messy. And you start to get used to your room or your certain section in the house to feel messy, and it doesn't inspire you. Drainage. And the best part of drainage of energy is when you live with other people and you think, can't you just do the laundry? Can't you just help me pick up some pieces? And just to have the energy of expectation that someone should help me is a drainage of energy. Have you ever been in that position where in the house you just wished somebody in the house that's sitting on the couch watching television and laughing and having a good time could just help you in the kitchen? You don't mind them sitting on the couch enjoying whatever they're watching or doing, that they have a good time, but all the time, and all the time I have to be slaving in the kitchen and the laundry and the house. And you mean to say you can't have one thought that you see I look very tired? You don't have the thought, let me help? And we can carry that thought for a very long time and have no idea it is draining a lot of my energy. It's like a hole somewhere in the spirit, and it's draining all of your love, all of your peace, all of your happiness, because now you're little quietly complaining. He just sits there all day long, doesn't even pick up a pen. You're like, huh, okay. Hi, honey. You want some hot food? Nice. Okay. Had a good day at work today? Nice. But really, what you're thinking of is slapping him. Can't you just help me, please? I'm exhausted. And so, a lot of times, when you look at these thoughts inside of you, you begin to identify maybe the way I'm thinking is what my issue is, that this is what's draining me. You have seen athletes who have excelled their talent. And when they're finished running a race or doing gymnastics or throwing the baton or whatever, they look energized when they're done because they've done it over and over again and they're going for the gold. And their mindset is, I got to get the gold, nothing less than gold. So they push themselves until they get there. I don't see athletes are drained. When they're done and they reach the goal line, they're they're relieved because they got to their destination, but they get up and they're ready to run another race. I've seen it. But when we're in our homes or when we're at our workplaces, sometimes we don't have a destination. We don't have a goal. And we don't know why we're doing what we're doing anyway. And going to work to pay the mortgage and to have health insurance is not enough to give you joy. To be in a relationship where there is no communication or connection to the person isn't just an element of freedom, but it's also a disconnect. Where do I get charged in this relationship? Like when you turn to your children when they're under 10 years old, there's a sweetness about them. And you turn to them and they're supposed to listen to everything that you say. So you feel a connection to your child. You can feel it. Your child needs you, and you have an opportunity to share love with your child. But when they go off to college, they barely call you. And if they call you, can I bring laundry over, mom? Are you cooking for me? So they barely call you, they barely connect. And I know a mother who has raised not only her family, but she has raised at least 10 families. That means sisters, brothers, children, in-laws, grandparents, belonging to all of at least 10 families. And when everyone grew up and everyone has become their own person. They no longer really need her. And she's fallen into such a deep depression. And she doesn't know where to transmit love because she doesn't get a return from her daughters because they've moved on with their marriages and their children. She's not able to get a response from her spouse. He's not supporting her, she thinks. She's not able to get any response from anyone in her family that she helped. And now, when you look at her, she looks as if she's aged 20 years in the last 5 years. All because she's having a thought that she's used to. But I gave you love. Aren't you supposed to give it back to me? But you needed me. Why don't you need me now? But I did everything for you. Why can't you just care? That thought is draining her. Can you imagine? Financially, emotionally, and physically taking care of over 10 families as a single woman. That should be draining, right? She's not drained at doing that, but she became drained not feeling the return of her love from the people that she served. She's not physically doing half as much as she used to do. So tell me, what's the math to that? She's now not taking care of so many people, right? When she was taking care of all those people, she was on every day moving. Now that no one needs her, in the last 5 years, if you've ever seen a person age as rapidly as this woman, you would wonder what happened to her. Her thought pattern. But I helped you. Why haven't you given me? Just call me, no? Can you just check on me to see how I'm doing? Nobody calls her. They call her a narcissist. They say she's controlling. They say she's dominating. Her daughters used to tell me, oh my gosh, Sister Jenna, our mother was just, you don't understand. She was such a narcissist. And so I turned to her daughter and I said, but the narcissist raised such good children. I'm confused. How could your mother have been so controlling, so domineering, so narcissistic, and raised such good people? Are you sure she's a narcissist? And everyone got quiet. They got drained dealing with a mother that is simply asking, could you just give me a call? Could you just check on me? I don't have to spend too much time with you, just 15 minutes. Just, Mommy, what did you eat? Are you okay? Because you know that's what she needs. But nobody calls her. Actually, two of the daughters says, don't come back to my house because she just needed their attention and their love. And in 5 years, she's aged so much. And when you look at her, she's so drained of love and peace of mind and purity of the heart. And the only thought she keeps thinking, I cannot believe my own children are like this. How could they have turned so much against me? And you know what the whole family says to me, Sister Jenna? I'm sure we are right because all of us think of her in the same way. And I said, wow, that poor lady, she's putting us through hell. It's 15 of you against one person. I don't think she's doing a lot of damage to you. I think all of you are in a negative state of mind as a collective, and you guys have a lot of support with each other. She wants to get out of that energy and she wants to grow. All she's asking for is a little attention. That family is drained, thinking negatively about this one woman. That woman is drained thinking about the family that they helped. In Indian culture, for those of you who might not be knowledgeable about Indian culture, either the elder daughter or the elder son is responsible for taking care of the family under that. And so when you're the elder, there's a sense of responsibility financially, emotionally, mentally. You're like the second parent to the children. Okay. And so when they have that sense of responsibility, you just feel you're going to grow old and people will just love you. But she got something different. For some reason, her desire to beg for love from her family, not only was it draining her, but it also drained her family of feelings. And the funny thing about the story is all 15 or 20 of them are united. And this one woman stands alone. So what if I was a narcissist or controlling? I sacrificed and gave my whole life for all of them. And what you and I might call narcissist or controlling is sometimes you have to do it because if you don't do it, nobody else does. Has anyone ever been in that position? That if you don't do the work in the house, do the kids usually ever pick up after you? Do the husbands pick up? Oh, she hasn't spread the bed in a week. Maybe I should spread it. Has he ever done that for you? So, what happens is you don't see others around you supporting or picking up for you. So, then what happens? You say, I have to do it. So, then you do it twice, you do it 10 times. Then it becomes the norm. Everybody leaves you and lets you do everything. It happens at work. There's always a team group of people where some of them just don't put in the amount of energy they should, but they get a lot of credit. And when credit is being given, they're always first in line, but they don't put in all the work. At work, that drains you because you don't feel the people at work value your energy. Because now they've left the project on, oh, Tom will do it. He'll get it done. Oh, I tried to finish it, Tom, but I didn't know. Can you figure it out for me? Then you end up the one doing most of the work. And you have to protect your team. And as much as you beg your team to help you, the team says, yeah, sure, sure. But nobody steps up fully from the heart. And then at work, they'll say, oh, this one's not a nice person. This one's bossy. Oh, you know, she's like this or he's like that. There must be a reason. When you identify your thinking has everything to do with your inner power or your lack of power, you have mastered the reason why you are here. If you leave with anything from today that will be valuable for you, it's for you to identify whatever you think will determine your strength or your weakness. Would you agree with me or not? Whatever you are thinking will give you power or will take power from you. Whatever you are thinking will create the circumstances in your life, and you cannot blame anyone for that. Whatever you are thinking will determine the way your relationships work out. It's never just the other person. A last story, which I think is really important. Two people. One seems to have a constant issue with one person. And no matter what one person does, the other person is never satisfied. Why? False expectation. Excellent answer. Any other reason why? Have you ever been in a situation where you are asking something from a relationship, but that relationship isn't giving you what you need. It's a disconnect with the two people or with one person? Between the two people. Anyone else? Two people, but one person feels they're not getting the return. Expectation. Anyone else? Mm. They need love. Wants to get love. Perspective. Two people living in the same house have two different ways of looking at things. Is there a common ground? Let's say we're living in a country and there are two different perspectives now. Where do we find common ground? Communication. Anyone else? Understanding. How do we find common ground when both people have different points of view? Respect. Empathy. Trust. Listen to understand. Absolutely. Dialogue. And have you ever dialogued with somebody that has a different point of view than you? What do you get out of it so far? It's important. You've seen how many peace accords started with a dialogue and ended up on paper as if it was nothing, right? Dialogue, communication, listen to be heard, expectation, wanting love, all responsible, either for building or breaking. Take it a little bit deeper. What is the reason for two people who either work together on the same project or live together in the same house? Why can't they seem to get along and feel uplifted? Fear. Very good answer. Anyone else? Yeah. Big deal. How many of us have waited or think our partner will change? Hands up. Yeah, they'll change. Another 20 years. Yeah, for sure. He's going to do it. Yeah. Good one. Anyone else? Ego. Past experiences. You hold that thought process about them, right? Great answer. Ancestral traumas, so to speak. Very true, especially for older cultures. I can definitely see that. Let's go a little deeper, brother. Attachment to what? Attachment to the person. This is a big one. How many of you are attached to what you want of the other person? Yeah. Have you gotten what you wanted from the person yet? So if I were you, I would break that pattern. It's a drainage, and it has proven to not work at all. That the only person you are capable of transforming, you've heard this a million times, is yourself. Change the way you're seeing that person from deep within you. But I want to go to the answer to my question. Why can't two people somehow collaborate and live together in joy and feel like you're growing together? You're thinking. That's where it starts. Before we can get to dialogue, before we can listen to learn, before we can reduce the expectation or build the empathy or break the attachment or the love that we want from another person, look at the way you are thinking, one, about your own self, two, about the person. So let's take a moment and do that right now. I'd like to invite you to sit up straight and close your eye. And as you close your eye, I want you to look inside of yourself and feel free to see if you can remember a few things about yourself that you are able to see with your inner eye as to who you have become at this moment. Feel free to go back to when you were just a child, 5 years old. What were you doing? When you were 10, did you play with other kids? Were you close to your parents? Were you isolated? Did you spend time by yourself? Were your parents not getting along? And did it scare you sometimes to hear them screaming? Did you run to a room for safety? And now, when you're 16, what are your thoughts and your feelings? What are your dreams? Can you recollect the way you used to think from being a child to 16? What did you believe? It's all about you right now. Now move to about 25. What's life like? You must have felt energized and ready for the world, unless you got married by then and you're getting ready to raise a family. Do you feel enthusiastic? Do you have zeal, courage, happiness, peace? Just check. Do you remember what you were thinking and feeling at that age? Were you optimistic about your future? Were you celebrating your family's growth? Move forward to about 30, 35. How are you feeling about yourself? Have you taken care of yourselves? Have you decided to look out for yourself no matter what? Or did you give yourself to everyone else? What if at this moment I invited you to simply accept that everything you've been through is not wasted? However, as of today, July 26, 2026, that you will promise yourself to take better care of the way you think about your own self. think about it for a little bit. Are you ready to take care of yourselves? And the question arises, how much longer do I deny myself the right of believing how powerful I am? I want you to feel that this is your moment to put a bookmark into your soul's energy. As of today, July 26, 2026, I am committed to taking care of my inner world. And it starts with a thought. Inside of the soul is a great amount of power and potential. Surrender to that one thought. I have the power to transcend any difficulties that come before me. Let that sit in the heart. Nothing that's happening outside of me is bigger than my inner potential to overcome it. Nothing under the sun is bigger than my inner power. Talk to yourself. Hold that silence and conviction for the moment. Until at a soul level, you can feel that you mean it. That today marks the day I will take care of myself. First, with my thoughts. How I choose to think about myself. First and foremost, I am pure. I'm peaceful. I'm powerful. I'm loving. I'm magical. I have the ability to make impossible possible. These kinds of thoughts fuel you and gives you power. You've got to start to talk to yourself in this mindset. Everything around me flows easily. I attract all that is good for me. I am eternally blessed by God, where many good things just fall at my feet. That's how you have to keep talking to yourself. Give yourself energy. Now take a deep breath. Open your eyes slowly and just reflect. Don't look at me, but as you open your eye, with your eyes opened, go inside and see what you just created for your interior world. And check, do you mean what you just said to yourself. You mean it? Yes. I have to start somewhere to put power back into my system. I'll take a deep breath in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale again very deeply and exhale. And with one breath, I want you to inhale twice and blow out. Do it about 3 times and blow out. Feel the energy flowing through your system. Feel your brain opening up. Right. Sometimes when you're at home or at work and you feel like you're getting drained, do this practice for 1 or 2 minutes. It'll give you instant energy to keep you going for a little. That's a trick that I use quite frequently. Breathe in twice on one breath, blow out on the one very, right. Do it for 3, 4, 5 times until you feel all your energies are moving back again. Especially if you feel mental fog, it's a good practice. How did that make you feel, everyone? Tell me what was the realization or the stories that came up for you, if you'd like to. Anyone? Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. Anybody else? You felt elevated. Very good, very good. Wow, that's beautiful. That's very truthful. Because deep inside, you know your potential and your capacity. And you were getting maybe a vision of that. You could feel you're ready, but you're still not sure, right? Guess what? You're ready. What do you want to lose to open up your heart to more? Yeah. I have so been there so many times on that one. When I was about 19, and I was sitting in the meditation center in Miami. And my parents, my mother and my dad, are teachers of this path of meditation. And their wish was for me to join, but I wasn't interested. I didn't think that's not for me, that's for them. And I remembered I was sitting in the meditation center in Miami, and I was sitting in the back of the class. And I'm just in meditation, just my eyes are closed, and the sister was teaching something, but I zoned out. And all of a sudden, I went into what they call a trance like experience, which is like a dream state. But I'm awake, but I can see from here, not from here. And I was climbing on a mountaintop in India. And the founder of the Brahma Kumaris, Brahma Baba, was walking. And there were a lot of other people with us, and we were all walking up a hill. And I turned to Brahma Baba and I says, Baba, can you just wait? I'm tired. And he turned, this is in a vision, he turned and he looked at me and he said, wait on no one. And he turned back and kept walking. My whole spiritual life, I'm waiting on my students to catch up to me. And I'm realizing that's not even good for them because they have their own journey to take. And now that I have, and it's taking me time, yeah, because I care for them. So if I allow myself to get so high, I'm not going to connect to them anymore. I still feel I need to tie their shoelace, make sure their hair is neat. Don't talk unkind to people. Be very nice. You see, so I'm still at that level with them, right? Because I feel if I go there, I'm going to leave them behind. But what has helped me, maybe some will stay behind, but maybe those who need to come will. But I can't sacrifice my growth anymore. And then I'm starting to take care and rise to the level I'm supposed to. The reason why I say this, even despite offering whatever you want to give to other people, have you ever felt satisfied with their return? And I don't mean that in a bad way. Do you know what I mean? Especially mothers. It doesn't matter how much your kids have gone to college, they've done great, maybe they've got a good job, but still that emotion that you sense is the return of all that you've given out. I've never felt that from no one. Like I haven't felt what I feel I've given out to everyone because they're not supposed to give it back to me. Only that one is supposed to give it back to me. And so when Brahma Baba looked at me in that vision and says, wait on no one, child, wait on no one. And he kept walking. I remember that. And that's when I started to feel secure and comfortable about myself. Because the more I would give to wait on them to catch up, the less contented and peaceful I was becoming. I don't know if you've ever felt that. And so, of what use is it to wait and help people and you are peaceless versus help them by raising your vibration and trusting whoever will come with you will come, whoever will fall off, and it'll be fine. I leave that for you to percolate on because I've lived that. Sometimes when you give too much of yourself to people and you feel absolutely drained, you're actually not angry with them. You're angry at yourself because they didn't force me to do it. They didn't force me to do as much as I do. I took it upon myself, thinking that they wouldn't be able to capable of doing it. And so you get angry at yourself because they didn't force me to do it, but I did it anyway. And now I'm blaming them. That thought pattern drains you. So in essence, for today's sharing, I think it's really important that we recognize that even though I am your husband, your wife, your child, your daughter-in-law, your sister-in-law, your beloved, your best friend, your colleague at work, your manager, your supervisor, even though I play those roles with you, that's not my all. I'm a soul in my body playing a part with you. And the most important relationship I can have at a soul level is to understand what these thoughts are telling me I am first. Have a connection to an energy of the divine who sees you at the highest dimension. And then from that place, you share your life with people. And whatever you give to people from that dimension will always be enough because it is coming from your truth. I promise you, to carry that understanding in you, you will never regret the energy that you spew out to people. You will know when it's enough, and you'll say, this is as much as I'll be able to do. And you'll say it with love and respect. And do what I do with my family. I literally go to them and say, I need your help. And I'm not afraid of saying that to them. They look at me sometimes and go, what help do you need? I just need your help. Well, what do you need? I need you to have a good attitude. Can you help to lift the chairs? Can you just make sure the kitchen is clean before we turn in at night? Can you just think that maybe I might need a break sometimes? And can you not make me feel like something is wrong with me that I ask for a break? It's just normal. Don't suppress your pain and sorrow in your families. It will take a lot from you. And when you're a man working to take care of the family and pushing forward, sometimes your spouse or your kids don't understand. Also, you're a little bit uncertain if you can continue this way, if you can cope. You sit with your spouse, you let her know you're vulnerable, you ask her for the support that you need. I bet she would love that. Did you actually turn to your wife and say, I'm just scared how to continue like this? I don't know what's wrong with me. I try to act strong, but I feel a little bit scared sometimes. You would not believe the way the both of you would understand and support each other because there's no ego in vulnerability. What happens with that kind of communication? You build more trust in your marriage and definitely more support and cooperation. We don't have to stay married in the same old way our parents were married. Always two people never really share their feelings, but everyone's having a lot of thoughts about each other. And that's not healthy. We're in a generation and a time that we're not going anywhere from each other, but I want to grow with you. I want to learn the way to talk to you. That gives you energy. It'll keep you feeling like I'm heard, I'm valued. I have permission to speak. There's a sister that lives with me. I don't know if she's here, but she's very shy. And one of the things she'll always say to me, I just want the courage to speak up. I want to learn to speak. I said, well, you speak to me a lot. Yeah, you're different. You won't judge me if I speak messy. But I want to learn how to just talk to people without feeling afraid or uncertain. So then you start with one person at a time, or you start with one item at a time. And you just say one thing at a time. Don't go AK-47 all your emotions of 20 years of marriage. You do one little thing at a time. You tell your spouse, I haven't told you this, but thank you for everything you've done for the family. And you just keep washing the dishes. Huh? I never heard that before. It gives your spouse a kind of I live with people. We have nothing in common. I don't speak their language. I don't eat their food. I don't look like them. But I live with all these strangers. Shantanu Bai, he's from San Francisco and he's been staying with us for quite some time. And he said something, I don't know if you remembered. He says, everyone in this center is so unique, which means different. And he didn't say it in a bad way. He said, there's something so different about each one here. And what it takes to deal with a whole variety of different people and smile, it's an art. Because no one is like you in the entire house, and you can still be happy. What's the magic sauce? I can't think bad about this person. I can't think what I want from this person. I can't think this person is better than me. I can't think this person is not better than me. I got to take care of myself. They're playing their part. So am I. Who am I here? What's your name? Mm. Gary, can you imagine living with a bunch of people. None of them are familiar. None of them are similar to you. It's a dream come true. It just breaks you open, I tell you. And you just learn so much about being soul conscious. Because I know, even though this one's in an Indian body, that one's in an African body, that one is in a body from Nepal, that one is in a body from Nagpur, that one is from Hyderabad, that one is from Jamaica, that one is from Baltimore. They're all souls. They're all souls playing out a part, just like me. And we all came from the Supreme Power. That's his children, not mine. It's his homework assignment, not mine. I have to take care of myself. So here's what I want you to leave with today. I like the remembrance of what Gary, don't wait on anyone. My mother, she's always, I'm waiting on her before I get in the car. And one day I told her, that's it. I'm not going to wait on you. If I say 11 o'clock, you be here 10:59. So one time, 11 o'clock, she's not in the car. So I drove off. I got a phone call. How dare you leave me? I said, I told you, I'm not waiting on you anymore. You come back and you get me right now. No, I'm not. Om Shanti means I am peace. Did she ever come on time? Mm-mm. Did I keep driving off? Mm-mm. I just started to keep waiting again, right? But you kind of have to balance it out, right? So it happens like that sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. But little by little, I kept contributing, please. If I say 11, please. Then little by little, she would be on time. Not everyone, but a little bit. So I felt little victory, huh? Yeah. Even if it was once for the year. Yeah, I did it. So don't underestimate your tiny victories. They matter a lot. But don't wait on anyone. Second most important thing, pay attention to what you're thinking. Your thoughts are draining you, or your thoughts can accumulate power in you. It has nothing to do with how much you're doing for others. Many times we say, this family drains me. No, it's not them. It's your thinking. You can do so much more. It's the way you're thinking about yourself, and it's the way you're thinking about them. And it's your answers to expectation, perception. Maybe I need to dialogue some more, listen more. All of that is included, but it's still based on what are you thinking about the situation? And what are you thinking about yourself that matters? Third thing, if you keep observing your thought is rooted in somebody else's transformation, is important for you to feel better. At that moment, pinch yourself and wake up from that nightmare. That ain't going to happen. Again, if you find yourself walking around with the thought that the other person, when they change, I'll be happy, or you walk around with the thought they have to change, you'll regret it. It has never happened. The only thing that I have seen has changed people, that when I raise my vibration, they either find inspiration or they leave me. Either one of the two. But at least I'm not living in misery with them, or I'm not working in misery with that person. Again, when you raise your vibration, either they will come with you close by or they will leave. but you will not be miserable because you're being true to yourself. And that stands for your work. Sometimes in your work environment, there are certain colleagues at work, you don't mesh well with them. They're not inspiring people to work with. As you raise your vibrations, you'll either get a promotion or those employees will get transferred to another department. I have seen it over and over and over and over again. It's all vibrational and it's all up here. Okay. Anyone has any questions they'd like to ask me before we close off for meditation? Did what I say make sense? Was it confusing? It made sense, right? I've been on this journey for quite over 3 decades. I'm not perfect, but I know what perfection will look like when I get there. I'm very clear on my vision of a perfected version of who I will be. So I don't doubt I won't get there. How fast, that's another topic, but I will get there. And I think all of you, if you find your vision of your perfected self, eventually you will keep working towards building whatever that is. And if any situation, person, circumstance, health issue, person, once they enter into your field of life, and if you have a sixth sense, this is not moving me towards my higher vision, there's no need for you to spend much energy there. You don't need it. You focus on yourself because at the end, your last breath will not be about all the people that you waited on to become better. Your last breath will be, where am I going after this? With all of my thoughts, words, and karmas that I performed in this lifetime. Your last breath in your last 60 seconds of your life, you're not wondering if the person will change. You're not wondering if they should have treated you better. You are solo. And in that moment, your solo state of consciousness will take you to your next destination. And I guarantee you, you're not worrying about if the person believed you, loved you, changed you or not. You are dealing with deep attachment, detachment, and a deep experience of love that you've denied yourself to feel because you were waiting on people or you were expecting something from people. And in the teachings of Raj Yoga meditation, it is focused on you developing so much powerful love in you that you do not allow any person or situation to take you away from that power. If for whatever reason you lose sight on your power, you're still human. Get back up and get going. You know your perfected vision. Hold that tight in you. I'm not Indian. I'm not woman. I'm not African. I'm not gay. I'm not straight. I'm not Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not an independent. I'm not Nepali. I'm not African. I'm a soul. What is the energy I want to put in me? Yes, I'm a soul in an Indian body. Yes, I'm a soul in a gay part. Yes, I'm a soul playing the role as a mother. Yes, I'm the soul of an African, an American, a Nepali, an Indian. Yes, I'm a soul, but I'm playing a part through this form at this time. It's not forever. So, do I want to be the most virtuous, most royal, most powerful gay woman or gay man on the planet? Of course. Do I want to be a soul who's the most powerful mother on the planet? Of course. Why not? Do I want to be a soul who's a great entrepreneur, business person? Do I want to be a soul who loves just cleaning and sweeping the floor, making it pretty and clean, or my gardening, or just knitting? I'm a soul. I'm not my gender. I'm not my sexual orientation. I'm not my religion. I'm a powerful instrument of the divine. And that's who you're supposed to be to keep your energy going. All right? Don't forget this, huh? Promise? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll come and check you next week. Huh? All right. It sounds sweet when you're in an environment like this. You feel like everything I've said, she knows what's going on in me. I don't know how she's doing that. Yeah, because you're not alone in your struggle. But you conceal so much of these emotions, which you need to talk to somebody about it. Because the more you hold your pain and suffering, it grows. So tonight, if you want, write a letter to God and tell him everything that's in your private parts of your thinking. Write everything on a piece of paper, let it all out. And then just read that letter, mail it to yourself, and in 3-4 days, write a letter back how God would respond to the way God sees you. And you will see how loving and how perfect you are in his image. And he doesn't care one bit if you've yelled or screamed or done whatever ugly thing. He's only happy that you came to talk to him so that his can put more energy in you. That's it. All right, let's take a few moments of silence. Sit up straight and just reflect on what touched you today. And inside of you, with the person sitting next to you, just with your thought process, close your eyes. And as you turn your attention inside, behind your eye, see if you can feel like almost the soul is connecting to the heart of your existence. Just love. And from your mind, create the thought energy. The person sitting next to me, really, I wish them the best in their lives. And may all of their purest dreams come true. And you tell them from your thought process, I wish you well. And may peace and love and inner strength guide you in all that you do. And so we'll sit here with our eyes closed as we listen to the Om Shanti song, I Am Peace, and just reflect on this moment for your life and what this hour meant to you. And if you feel inside of yourself, it meant something, it was meaningful, sit in that awareness. Om Shanti. It's a greeting that we convey here in our culture of the Brahma Kumaris. It's a reminder that I am peace and that peace is my innate religion. So whether you are Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, a Hindu, an atheist, a Baptist, Baha'i, Zoroastrian, Catholic, keep your inner religion clear so that you can bring peace to your human religion. So if your inner religion at a soul level is peace, then you will be a peaceful Hindu, a peaceful Muslim, a peaceful Christian, a peaceful Baptist, a peaceful atheist, a peaceful Buddhist. Just don't let go of your inner religion. And if you have any questions, I'll be right here waiting. Okay, have a great week. Take care.